This week on Pivot with Purpose.
I don't like liars. I really don't. I am so transparent. And I might tell a lie like when the government asks me a quick question or like when the credit cards be like, what's your income? There's certain types of liars that they just keep graduating.
They
it's
will
like the
die
lies
on the hill.
Do you know how much trouble you can get yourself in and other people in?
I feel like some people do this for blatant, bratty, attention-seeking behavior.
Lies don't only affect you, they affect those people around you.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're such a strong liar that you take this to the fucking grave, why are you lying about the businesses you got? Why are you lying how much money you got? If you would have told the truth, there would be no eviction.
By the time I'm asking you a question,
most likely I already know.
I 100% know the answer, and I'm trying to see what you're going to say.
Like, just tell the fucking truth.
Hey friend, you're listening to Pivot with Purpose. This is my show where I pivoted from shit I'm 30, where I was dreading turning 30. I had a failed marriage, failed engagement after that, and I don't have a relationship with my immediate family. But through it all, I came out the other side with a thriving business, an unexpected radio morning show of my own, and a platform where I can reach millions of people and help them walk in their truth. I am now celebrating every step of my journey into continuously finding my purpose, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Sometimes this journey looks like shit, and it probably sounds even worse, but it's still our journey, and I'm learning right along with you to enjoy it. There's always a rainbow after the rain falls. Now, if you need advice in pivoting in any aspect of your life, relationships, career, spirituality, send your questions or story to askcarlawilmaris@gmail.com or shoot me a DM at Carla Wilmaris. Now, let's start the show.
Welcome back to the show. I always find this a whole intro before the show even starts. So we're back. We're here. Hello. Let's get started. Every week we start with an Apple Podcast or YouTube review. Today is actually a message that I received from one of the reels on Instagram. So if you follow me on social, it's at Carla Wilmaris. And our last episode, which since this is coming out on time, the last episode was with, and then we got sex, Kristen and J-Rod, and they were so good. It was such a good episode.
I love them.
So one milestone we did, if you're watching, thank you, because we just reached 4,000 subscribers.
You're welcome.
Who is she?
I did that.
Be Simone who?
Simmer down.
All the way.
Well,
have several seats.
This is the thing, but you did be Simone.
I mean, yeah.
So yes.
Yes, I get it. Well, no, she already had 700,000 subscribers, I will say. That's why we used that. She was already...
A lot of people looking at you.
She's been lit for a decade. No, but honestly, every single one of those subscribers, thank you. I really appreciate it. And it's like, if I don't appreciate when I had the 1,000 and the 2 and the 3 and now the 4, because we just started video not even a year ago. So, or a year ago. Huh?
For real?
Mm-hmm. A year.
Ooh.
So to have reached all that, to have already started monetizing it, it's just a big deal. It's only 1 year in. And although my brand might be bigger on a different side, this is me starting over on something else. So if you're also starting over, you can start over whenever. So anywho, and then we had sex. I posted a clip that we created about them being a blended family, the Black Brady Bunch. And I received a message from Lynn on social media. She says, "Morning, boo. I watched this clip and immediately shed a tear because my youngest, 4 years old, is autistic and he writes and recites the Russian alphabet, which their kids do as well." She goes, "And when I tell people, I think they think I'm lying. He did Spanish for a while, but he has moved on to Japanese and does math better than me on most days. And he's only 4. So 4.
This kid is qualified more than me."
Way more. I would be intimidated. It makes sense as to why Kristen was like, I really don't like talking to them because they make you feel stupid.
But I think like people have such a huge misconception about autism. I know you're autistic.
That's what I'm saying. I told her that. I said, I feel a little autistic. I'm on the spectrum.
Autistic.
Okay.
But I feel like there's such like a huge gap of understanding of what autism is. Like I have a friend who her son is Ryland's age. He turned 6 this year. This little boy is so smart. When he gets into a thing like the ocean, he learns everything about the ocean. Everything
there is to know.
Everything. Now he's into space. He knows everything about space.
Te lo dije. I was in accounting and I wanted to be podcasting, so I went and learned everything about podcasting and then just launched a business. But I couldn't concentrate on anything else and then I'm telling you. But Stephanie also told me, and I keep saying this, that a lot of autistic people have ADHD as well, and our symptoms are very similar.
Yeah.
But when she said that, I was like, one, thank you for sending the message. That way I know like how it affects someone else. So whenever you guys have a message to send me, I definitely read them and I reply, because it helps me with the content that I'm creating, and knowing that you feel seen by seeing someone else, that they may not speak too much on their kids, on their podcast and on their social, but that's who they are. And you can see that they're killing it. Like they record, and we talked about it, they record while their kids are sleeping.
And they're
like at night, at home.
Consistent as heck.
What is my excuse? Well, I have a few.
Let me count the ways.
But no, we can all show up regardless.
Yeah.
But anyway, so thanks for sending that message in. Now today, I've been bulk recording. I'm recording out till September.
Look at you.
Which is crazy.
Who is she?
Don't know who she is. She's super popping and being dedicated, but
and medicated.
And we're going to talk about it. The medication helped with the dedication. It sure did.
It does.
I wanted to just kind of shoot the shits and talk about some of the things that are happening currently, because since everything is pre-recorded and they're really dope stories, I'm really leaning into bringing people on and guests that have amazing stories to tell of like when they pivoted, what they went through, because it allows us to be seen at the end of the day. I got issues. I got a lot of issues.
You do.
And
we all do.
And we keep going. But I feel like some people use them as a crutch, right? And it's like, we can, but let's not. And maybe we can become, the community that we're building here is for us to see like, hey, we can do it because my friends do it. And I can talk to her and we can reach and we can communicate and like feel inspired by someone else. Because you can go to like one conference and feel inspired, but if we're showing up every single week and I'm showing you different people all the time, not just 4 on a panel, and then you see me, and it's like, not that I'm killing her or anything, but I am, with distractions and at times without medication, because I'd be fighting myself. I just want to continue to bring those stories to the forefront, and we have a lot more coming up. I know we have Linda next week. We have May, which is my first producer. We're going to talk about friendships. We have Jessica Rose from LA. If you guys follow Jessica Rose, we're going to talk about mental health and how mothering just doesn't come natural to her. And she's just like, it's not my thing. She dealt with substance abuse and a lot of stuff. She's bipolar, but she's not medicated and doesn't want to take her medication.
Shout out to the people that are bipolar and choose not to medicate, because it's not talked about. And we are just fine.
Okay? We are surviving.
We are managing.
Well, when I talk about medication, I don't know if I talked about it on an episode on social, where the psychiatrist first met me and thought I was bipolar and gave me the wrong meds.
And you called me so scared.
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
You're like, now I know why you don't take your medication.
That was bullshit. But like I said, I do understand why they would give that med if you're manic. I've never been manic. I wish.
So much fun.
I've never had that much fun in my life.
It is so much fun.
People say when they're manic, sex is great. I
clearly so great.
have not had sex that good because I would be manic.
No,
I would be like, I would be a proud BPD or whatever it's called.
We've talked about this. You don't do marathon sex.
Ay, Dios mío, no.
You do like sprint sex.
Literally. Shikari me. I got Shikari sex, baby. 10 seconds, 10.7.
You have to try it once.
I ain't got time for that shit.
You
literally time.
Do like a Saturday.
I'm asleep. No.
You're missing out.
On sleep.
On life.
No, whatever. Well, I'm not missing out on it. But anywho, 2 other people that are coming on. 2 others. No. Kaylani.
So, her episode's so good. I can't
She was here for it. Such a good episode. And then I am having Erica, if you don't know who Erica is. I won't tell you the date because I don't know yet, but it'll be after this episode if you're listening. I am sitting down with the mother of my son's brother. If you put it together, you'll figure it out. I only have one son.
Like that?
He has a brother and he got a mom. We sat down right here on this couch that we're right there where you sitting at. So that's going to be a great episode. So you'll tune in for that one, I'm sure. All right. Well, we're going to do some current things that are happening right now and how we relate to it. And baby,
I don't relate to the current events, but
well, how we could relate to them. Okay. There's some ways that I could relate to them. Your friend Carly?
Why is she my friend?
Because she can't be mine.
You're the one on D&D. I don't even know how to use the D&D on my phone.
Wow. Okay. So if you've been living under a rock, there was a woman by the
Literally.
name of Carly Russell who faked her entire kidnapping. And we went for about 2 days. I used up my good prayers to the Lord. I could have been
Everybody
praying for a man,
prayed.
and I prayed for Carly. And Carly already had a man. So
He cute too.
he is,
And he's a college
Fine.
graduate, HBCU graduate, fine as hell. Come to Florida.
I saw he had like a little bit of followers, and after this whole thing,
Oh, he is popping. He is popping.
His DMs are lit because he's a cutie
yeah.
pie.
And you know he going through them. He's single.
He's fucking his way through the pain.
He said, I don't associate with her. I don't talk to her no more.
Come
here.
suck this dick to make me feel better. And I'm sure the girls are like, that was very inappropriate. I take that back.
You have like sudden outbursts of sexual repression. Just randomly. It's like, I don't need sex, suck a dick. What? Huh? What? Where did that come from?
And by that, just saying that, I'm like, oof, I already did. Like, I felt like I did the work.
Meanwhile, I'm doing fine, and I get propositioned all over the place.
Somebody just
get it.
propositioned her again. Propositioned her again for a
Back to
threesome.
back. Two different people.
I don't know what she be out here doing. They don't do it when I'm around.
Floating.
Clearly, I am like Raid.
I was
I keep
floating.
them away.
I was floating in the water.
Okay, back to Carly. So Carly faked her disappearance, and everybody is in an uproar, mostly because we are already looking for attention when Black women go missing, Black or Hispanic women, and women of color, period, right?
Yeah.
But especially Black women. And hers took off, right? Social media took over. We rallied together. It was everywhere. And this young lady, I'm not gonna call her any names, but this young lady was chilling somewhere in a motel with a robe
With a Slim
and
Jim.
snacks,
A Slim Jim.
some Cheetos,
That's stupid.
Twizzlers.
A manicure set.
What?
Why do you need to manicure your nails when you're missing?
Okay. So, although everybody is super upset, I decided to bring up or research or make a quick Google search. And it's like, what are the consequences for people to do this, right? Because
Clearly none, because people are still doing them.
so here's what I'm so glad you said that. That's why I do my research. Well, there is this woman. This is not the first time, nor probably will it be the last time. Whoever does this has mental health issues. And I feel like America is the most mental health fucked up country. So it's going to continue to happen. Who's worse?
I don't think that everyone who does this has mental health issues. I feel like some people do this for blatant, bratty, attention-seeking behavior.
I think that's mental health. If it takes it this far. I feel like slashing his tires.
I'm going to stick with what Charlamagne said. I don't think this has nothing to do with mental health.
I think it's some type of loca.
No.
No
It's
está
not.
loca.
No, I don't think she's
Maybe
crazy.
she just wanted
I think
attention and
she
didn't
just
think
wanted
it-
attention at that moment, and she didn't think it was
would
going to
get
get
this
this
big.
big.
You still got some type of issue for me. You got some type of issue. Some type of issue that some doctor has put a name to. Like, if you want too much attention or if you're an attention seeker in that way, something wrong. Like, I don't know. It could be true. You might be right. But this has happened before, and there are consequences to you faking your death. So we have a few women here. Sherry Papini, in 2016, she was from California and a mom. She faked her own kidnapping. And it was exposed with the help of advanced DNA technology, and she was sentenced to 1.5 years in prison. And she also had to pay back restitution, $310,000 in restitution.
People's salary that they spent
Yes.
working, finding you, that they could have spent doing something else.
And then she's going to have the 18 months in prison followed by 36 months of supervised released. So she's going to have a CO for sure. So there are consequences to that. She did say something about, I'm so sorry to the many people I have suffered because of me.
No.
Yeah, whatever. So
Don't
this
say
was
sorry now. Stand by it.
right.
Yeah, no.
Right. She said when they found her, she said that it was some Hispanic men that had taken her.
That's messed up.
Hispanic captors. Right. She also received more than $30,000 from the state and victim compensation funds. So she had to give that back. Yeah. Hot mess.
Wait, victim compensation. What is this? What is this victim
I didn't know, but how can I get
compensation?
some?
No,
I
Carla.
have been the victim.
I've been a victim of a lot. We've been a victim of a lot. We should be getting paid.
I want compensation.
But we're not.
At all. Ridiculous. All right. Well, there was another woman. This woman was 23 years old, Chloe Stein, and she was from Pennsylvania. She faked her own abduction as well. You're not going to believe for what? She's 23. What do you think for what?
Something with a boyfriend, because emotional women do crazy shit.
This one, she wanted to hide the fact that she dropped out of college, girl. Yeah. So she was charged with 4 misdemeanors: false alarm to a public safety agent, falsely reporting an offense that didn't occur, obstruction of administration of law, and disorderly conduct. So that's another one. Her boyfriend tried to contact her. Nothing happened, the police said, so she didn't even tell him. The whole family did a missing person declaration, and she was a young white girl, so they was looking for her. They were looking for her.
But where did she go?
I have no idea where she went.
People would find me. I'd be at Target, Starbucks. I'd be everywhere I can be with my kids sometimes.
So let me see. It says a police station. They pulled... they found her driving, I guess? Or yeah. Wait, she was hiding in her house?
Yeah,
no, wait, hold
dumb.
on.
That is so dumb. So you put yourself on punishment.
Tens of thousands of dollars in surge, and then...
You punish yourself.
The case unraveled when a tip came in on a Tuesday night that she was actually at home about 30 minutes southeast of Pittsburgh. They found her safe inside and she was taken for questioning. Excuse me?
You didn't even do it the right way.
She told the police that she was pulled over and abducted by an unknown male and posed as a police officer. And that he had a firearm, that she was blindfolded. Listen, the stories they come up with.
This is the thing. They get so elaborate, it makes you wonder, like, what?
I cannot.
You got 10,000, you were abducted by 10,000 men on boats? How did that happen?
You own 77 boats?
Ma'am, you live in Oklahoma. There's not a body of water in sight.
Not? Where's Oklahoma?
In the center of the United States.
Oh.
They probably got like maybe a lake and river or something.
The worst lies, the absolute worst lies. Now, there is Quinn Gray, 37 years old, from Ponte Vedra. She went missing and she demanded $50,000 from her own family or she would be killed.
She demanded it or her captors?
Her captors. So she was married. She was having an affair. She wanted to be with her boyfriend. So her and her boyfriend did this whole thing.
Why don't people just break up?
Right. So he pled guilty and had to pay $43,000.
The boyfriend?
Yes.
Oh, because the boyfriend was in on it.
Yep. But not the husband. And then she pleaded no contest, and she got 7 years probation and paid the other half of the $43,000 because she was never captured.
On. He got 6 years?
Probation.
Oh.
And she got 7.
I know he was punching the air. He must have been like, you know your family didn't have this money.
Over some pussy.
Listen, I've heard some stories recently. No. Pussy is not that serious.
And it's not. This all leads me to like why liars are so dangerous. I have this despise. Is that the word? I despise.
I despise
liars. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't like liars. I really don't. I am so transparent. And I might tell a lie like when the government asks me a quick question or like when the credit cards be like, what's your income? I might double it. So it would give me a higher credit limit. That's the kind of
you're
lies
moving on faith. Because realistically,
thank you. The Lord shall provide.
They can still deny you.
They could.
But
and I'm gonna pay it back.
You're moving on faith.
And pay back. So those are some lies that I've said before, right? But let me tell you something. Liars there's certain types of liars that they just keep graduating.
They
it's
will
like the
die
lies
on the hill.
It doesn't matter, which is why I tell my kids, especially my daughter, when she lie, it's like, I don't fuck with it.
Oh, I'm on that road now with Rylan.
Do you know how much trouble you can get yourself in and other people in? Prime example, Carly. This is now affecting the boyfriend, the mom, the dad. That mom and dad went on the Today Show.
On prime time.
Prime time.
Crying.
Tears. Real fat tears.
Que Do you
saying
know
that you were fighting for your life?
What would a Puerto Rican mother do?
Beat the shit out of you? No, I'm gonna come back on
call
USA
the cameras
Today. I'm going back to USA Today. I'm gonna beat your ass in front of everybody because if you embarrass me publicly, we're gonna talk about this publicly.
I'm gonna beat you publicly.
Publicly.
Yeah.
Those parents. Here's the thing. People are like, oh, they must have been in on it. Bro, no. I can't even imagine. I don't care how upset my daughter is at me. If she goes missing for 5 hours that nobody knows officially she's missing.
You're a parent.
2 days. That relief when my baby comes home. I don't care if she's 30, 40, 50, however old. When you come home, I am like relieved. Anything you tell me, I'm going to believe. Unless you was a liar growing up, Carla. I don't know. But even then, the way this took off.
And the way stuff is happening now, you just start thinking about a million things.
Anything. So lies don't only affect you, they affect those people around you. And then when you're such a strong liar that you take this to the fucking grave, and we're all looking at you like, bro, we know you're lying. We know you're lying. Why are you lying about the businesses you got? Why are you lying how much money you got? If you would have told the truth, there would be no eviction. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just tell the fucking truth.
I have this thing, and I tell this to my daughter. I tell this to people that I deal with. By the time I'm asking you a question,
most likely I already know.
I 100% know the answer, and I'm trying to see what you're going to say.
But even then, there's sometimes that we ask people questions without knowing anything, and they just flat out make up a whole story and a whole lie.
No blinking. Bold face. And that's scary. That's scary.
You are a psychopath. You are a serial killer. Like, I just don't fuck with liars
I can't
at all.
trust. Yeah.
No, it makes no sense. And I'm such a transparent person to a
Right.
fault, right? To a serious fault that I'm like, damn, did I say too much? And that, like I said, it can be used against me sometimes. But liars, it's just like, you're never you. When do you know when to be you? You don't even know who you are. Because you have to start to believe those lies.
I'm the same way. Like, I'm somebody who, I don't lie only because I can't keep up the lie.
It's so hard. I mean, I've lied.
I'm going to forget, but like something that's going to be like, I can't even lie to Rylan sometimes because she will check me. She's done it before too. I'd be like, oh, I'm going to Carla's, and I'm not going to Carla's. And then she'll be like, we go to your house. And then she'll be like, oh, when you were with my mom, you're like, I wasn't with your mom. And I'm like, damn, Carla, you had one job.
I bet.
I can't even lie to my 6-year-old because I can't keep it up. So the fact that somebody has to like keep a lie, and then you got to remember what you said to this person. You got to remember what you said to this one. You got to remember don't let these 3 people get in the same room because they're going to fact check each other some way, somehow.
Right. Well, I will say.
That doesn't scare you?
Like, I have lied.
Oh.
I ain't gonna say I don't like lying. But I have lied. Like, I remember I had sex with this guy and I lied.
To him or to other people?
To someone else about having sex. And I was like, I did not.
So it sounds weird.
Never.
I've never had to lie to someone like that.
I lied.
Because
it wasn't a boyfriend. I just lied. I didn't want somebody to know that.
No one's ever asked me like, oh, did you sleep with this person? Like, that's never come up.
I just feel like when I lied about it, I feel like that person didn't need to know. And it wasn't even a significant other. It was just like, I don't need to tell you. So no, I would never. Actually, I'm a little embarrassed.
I'm not.
Actually, a lot of embarrassed. Oh, I'm thinking about it now. Oh, I have sex with him. Ew. You never had somebody you just want to erase? Actually, I'm not. Is it
Say
not
it
a
again,
lie?
you what?
You never want someone you just want to erase? Like, have someone that you, like, from your past that you've like smashed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 2 people.
Yeah, I can think this one.
There's
this
2
one.
people.
I wish I never. Oof. Why did I do that? But no one would ever believe that I ever had sex with him, so it's fine. If I lie, no one is going to question it. Like, there's no way I would have sex with him. There's no way.
No, my things is not that nobody would. The crazy thing is like stuff has happened to me, and if it wasn't because I show you prime examples of stuff, you wouldn't believe it. If I didn't have screenshots, or if you weren't on the phone, people would be like, ain't no fucking way.
That's the same, like, when I get certain emails with cops show up at the house, it's like, unless you have access to my cameras, you won't believe it. You'd be like, You're doing the most. You're in the Bahamas and the cops are at your house? Yeah, right.
Right.
But there's also, now that we're talking about, like, men and stuff like that, we've been watching, I was talking to Wendy, and we were talking about how there's all these podcasts that talk about high-value men, and they always equate high-value men to money.
Yeah. Or security. Financial security.
Why? High-value men does not equate money and money only. High-value men, what we need to be speaking on is the fact that high-value men have extremely high morals.
Mm-hmm. Integrity.
Leadership. Impeccable leadership. Values that they really stand by, not that they just make a couple Instagram posts or share a couple stories.
Like actual morals that are instilled in them.
Morals and values. Faith. They have to believe in something bigger than them. Just
bigger than them. They're not the biggest.
They're not the God.
Yeah.
Right. And that's one of the biggest things for me.
Respect. Like just
discipline.
Something as small like respect, discipline.
And actually, discipline is not small. Discipline is huge. It takes a lot. And it's not discipline in one thing. Oh, he works out all the time and he's got a nice body. No, but what is happening with his finances? What is happening? Does he really go to church? You know what I'm saying? Does he eat healthy all the time? Does he respect other people around him? Does he show up where he's supposed to show up? All over his house. And this is not just for men, it's also for women, but it was specifically, I was watching, we were talking about the men, that they're always like, it equates to money, but there's one thing about it all. That is that if this is a man that has great morals, leadership, values, faith, discipline, that man ain't broke.
No.
That man will never be broke. Even if for a moment the pockets aren't where they're supposed to be,
he will still make it.
There.
Yeah.
It's about to get, there's a breakthrough, but he's not living under a bridge. A man like this, someone's taking them in. They're like, we're going to help you. We're going to give you the job. We're going to give you the salary. We're going to give you the advance. And this is also women. High value women. We think it's women that make a bunch of money or that they have all these. That's not what it is. High value women is also one with morals that can be a leader and learn how to be a leader with someone else at the same time. It's like you lead here, I lead here, and not have ego. Oh, that biggest thing is the ego. Ego's a killer.
I think I'm a huge believer that a man doesn't have to make the biggest amount. Like all the men that I've ever dealt with the exception of 2, make more money than me. 2 people have made way more money than me. But at the same time, just because they make more money doesn't mean that they're amazing.
No.
They've worked really hard for their money.
Right.
They are really good men. But then I've also dealt with really good men that make less money than me. But guess what? Like, I've never, ever had to deal with, I mean, I'm being, like, petty now. Like, I don't got to worry about throwing the trash out. I don't got to worry about making breakfast. I don't got to worry about putting laundry in the, I don't got to ask you, like, yo, can you clean the kitchen since I cooked? It's just like,
they know.
It's in them to just help out. And it takes 2 people.
And honestly, not everybody. One thing that I really don't like about social media right now is the fact that everybody has to be so rich, right? It's like the yachts and the expensive cars and the big houses. Literally.
It's the 1%.
Like, I think that people, I live in my same house. Yeah. Somebody was message, I have to go look for it. And one of those like messages, it's like, wow, I thought your house would be nicer.
What? You have a nice house.
Apparently, I need to be in one of those houses that have a balcony on the outside.
Do they not know your house is worth a lot of money because of the location?
But I think that sometimes we get so caught up. It's like, what does the house look like? Does it have the perfect molding and the big kitchen?
Did they have a house?
And probably not. Because to say something like that, I ain't worried about nobody else's house because I have mine. But at the same time, terrible. I think we live in this social media space where we think that success or a good person has all these pretty shiny things, and that's not it. I remember being very happy working a regular 9 to 5. The boyfriend that I had, he also ended up robbing me, but he was a bar back. Maybe not a good example, because he did rob me.
Damn,
he really robbed me. But just like 2 regular jobs, right? Everybody make $50,000, $100,000. We live good. The mortgage is paid for. It's a good $1,500. You know what I'm saying? We have food. We have vacations. We have nice cars. Bro, people are okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean, they actually enjoy it.
I think people need to learn how to feel happy in their own success.
But it's hard with social.
100% is hard. You need to be mentally strong.
Yeah.
To do that. I'm happy now.
You have to like yourself.
Like, I don't have a house. I'm scared to buy a house. I don't feel like me by myself, I can have a house right now. I'm like, ooh, that's a lot of...
Maybe a condo, a townhouse.
That's a lot of... I'm living in an apartment. You know how scared I was to move out by myself.
And guess
I was
what?
terrified.
I haven't missed a month.
And I still have
You've
money
been
left
out,
over.
hanging out.
How?
Outside.
How?
You be going on water parks and you gotta take care of you and plus one. And then sometimes plus other... We ain't gonna talk about it. You be wanting to take care of whole families. But... Hey, that is your prerogative.
No, but I'm saying, like,
I
had to, there was a time where I didn't feel happy because I didn't feel like I was where I was supposed to be. When I graduated high school, I told my parents, my mom was so hard on me for school. Like,
I mean, I think that's a cultural thing.
AP, you have to get straight A's. When I graduated high school, I didn't tell none of my friends that I graduated with my associate's degree. Nobody knew. Nobody knew. But I had to do AP. I had to do early college, whatever that's called, because I didn't have no more classes. I took 8 science classes. 8.
That's why whenever I call you for poison control, you know what to say.
So I had to like keep going. And by the time I graduated, I was burnt out. So I told my mom, I said, you wanted a degree? Here's 2. I'm taking a break.
Right.
And all I did was work. And I built up my career. And then I decided to go back to college by myself. I paid for it out of pocket. I busted my butt. And I remember
That's too much school.
when I was supposed to, when I took my finals, I missed it by 2 points. 2 points. And I didn't pass the first time. 2 points. When I tell you, I felt like the uttermost failure because all this money that I put in, I was living off Red Bull and Kind bars.
I know, I just had a Kind bar for the first time.
I worked 3 jobs. I had a full-time job and 2 part-time jobs. And I was going to school full-time. And I felt like the biggest failure.
School was never... Here's the thing. So you're right. Your parents put a lot of pressure on you about school. Mm-hmm. My dad didn't. My mom did. It was like, you need to go to school. And I think also projection of like where she was in her life, like just like a housewife, like as a woman, you need to have your own education, blah, blah, blah. And my dad's like, fuck school, fuck a 401k, invest your own money, start your own business, let's go. And I still had jobs because I had a daughter that I had to take care of. Yeah. But if I would have told my dad, hey, I want to just do full-time entrepreneur, he would have taken care of me and her while we figured it out. Right. And once I got the job, I've never had a 401k. Because he was always like, do not.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't let somebody else gamble with your money. You start your business. You invest in yourself. And that's what I've been doing essentially ever since. I've never had a 401k.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about forcing my kid to like do stuff. Like, you have to do this. I'll let her venture out and do stuff. But there's some times that she's like, I want to be she told me one time she wanted to be one of those sidewalk artists.
What? They're out there dressed like dolphins right now. You saw them?
And I told her, I said, a what? She's like, you know, like those artists that draw like these really pretty pictures?
You know what? No.
And I said, you could do that.
I'm taking her with me.
While you go to medical school.
No.
That'll be your release. That'll be your mental release.
That's whack.
I want her to have security. I don't want her.
Security doesn't come from a degree though.
It doesn't, but I don't want her to think at 6 that we just gonna be a hippie. Because I can't.
I don't think that's
My anxiety won't let me.
No. The way that it is right now, she can go to school for art as well. She can get a degree in art. She can be an art teacher. I'm telling her. I don't care.
You can tell her.
I'm telling her. She's gonna get a scholarship for it. She's gonna get a scholarship for her art school, and she's gonna go have everything paid for.
She's gonna be the nurse to entertain the kids.
No.
Yeah.
Déjese de nena quieta. Look, this is where trauma comes in.
That's not traumatic.
That is so traumatic.
I'm not pushing this on her yet.
You just talked about your mom and how much pressure she had on you.
But I'm not putting that pressure on her.
Oh, no.
I'm giving her options.
She said she wanted to paint.
She also said she didn't like chicken and she eats chicken nuggets. I take it with a grain of salt.
Let her be her.
I take it with a grain of salt, okay?
Let her be her. We don't want her to be a nurse and then end up being one of those mean nurses because my mom made me do this. Blah! And like slap the juice out of somebody's hand.
I'm not gonna look.
Somebody takes a shit. She's like, you can stay there in that shit because I'm.
Do you know what I wanted to be when I was little? Oh. Nobody could tell me nothing. I wanted to be a pediatrician.
I wanted to be a teacher.
I still want to be in the medical field. I said if I ever win the lotto, I'm going back to nursing school.
I told her no, she's not.
I'm going back to nursing school.
Then we have a whole car ride about this. You're not
going back to nursing school.
She's lying.
I'm not.
You're not gonna win $1 billion to go to nursing school.
Give me the billion and watch me.
I got you.
Watch me.
No, I don't got you. I'm not giving you $1 billion. But I also know you're not going to go to nursing school. You're gonna pay for, like we talked about it. You win $1 billion, you're not going to medical school. What you're going to do is you're going to pay for 100 or 1,000 women or men that want to be and they don't have the means to do it. And instead of you being one nurse taking care of one shitty patient, you're going to have 1,000 nurses all over the country taking care of people. When you have $1 billion,
but I want to do it.
No, you don't. Not when you're a billionaire. Right now you want to.
Do you see how well I administer shots?
When you're a billionaire, you're going to be taking shots of tequila with your tits out in Italy.
I'm not.
That is it. Like, you're not going to be doing that. Stop. That's one thing. We have to seriously be realistic. Bro, first of all, I don't even know how many zeros are in $1 billion. I don't. So the fact that I don't...
Like 4 sets.
So that's 12?
I think so.
That's a lot of zeros. My account, it might... No. That's not how it works. We don't even know what $1 billion is. So much money.
Ooh, my
that you can do. Those billionaires killed themselves because they had so much money. Literally, they went underwater because so much money buys you literally everything. So I think that people that end up like doing well, hey, you're not going to nursing school, but you're going to, because I know that you love what nurses do and what it means, you're going to make sure to make an impact with that. We can't think about what we would do with our pockets today. What we feel today, we ain't going to feel that shit with $1 billion. I'll tell you right now, I don't even have $1 million. And I think very different today than I did 3 years ago. Okay? When I would have went to the water park and there was no seating, we were going to figure it out. Today,
Carla doesn't figure it out.
I'm not figuring out shit.
Carla figures out who to pay to get the cabana.
Who am I paying to get that cabana, and who am I paying to get the fuck out of the cabana so I can get in there?
Yeah, I don't...
Like, it's totally different. That's a $300 cabana. Like, now, today, I think very different. It's like, a couple years back, $300 cabana, I would have said suck my dick.
But right now, where I am right now, I'm in a position where I'm literally having fun.
I can see you going to...
I'm having fun now because there was a time that I couldn't do this.
What if you could do like online nursing school while you're working?
You can't do online. You have to eventually go into... Why am I going to work? I got $1 billion. I'm not working.
Well, no, I'm saying right now while you're working. If you could go to medical school and afford it.
Everybody has... There's scholarships, there's grants. If I can take out a loan for a car, I can take out a loan for education, realistically.
Or maybe to live off of while you're in school.
Right. I've thought about it a lot. And I don't have the capacity to do that. Nursing school is really, really hard. It's not easy.
Rylan's still little.
And Rylan is still little, and she still needs my attention.
A lot of
maybe
it.
once she's in high school, maybe it's something that I can go back to.
14 is when I took the leap. Ayana was 14. And I think by that time you can cook for yourself. I can leave you at home for a couple hours while I go do what I have to do. Right. So I think 14, 15 is a good age.
We'll circle back. And if there's any millionaires out there that want to throw away their money, like
absolutely.
My Cash App is just Pales and Carla's.
Carla Ramirez. Send it over. I'll send her 80%. I'm keeping 20.
Wait, what?
If somebody sends me the money for you, I got to keep 20%. Okay. It's management fee.
Okay.
Bet. Send it to me. I'll send it to her.
Or you can cut the middleman.
Another thing that I wanted to talk about was a medicated Molly is here.
I think it's so funny.
I'm here. I am medicated. I saw the psychiatrist. He medicated me with the wrong medication.
With my medication.
Yes. He gave me bipolar medication. What was the name of it?
Oh, God.
No. Theraflu. Topamax. No, I think it's Topamax.
Oh, that's the... Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever it was called Topamax. If you're on it, you have... I think it's for seizures, bipolar, different things. That medication, I was taking it for 3 days, and I almost lost my... No, I did lose my shit, actually. I called the doctor's office. I went off on them. Like, it was really tough. I think I actually talked about this with May or Jessica, because by that time I was already on my Adderall. But it's now been almost a month that I've been on it. I'm still struggling with a few things. My brain still doesn't want me to take it every day. My body, my subconscious, my ego, possibly.
Yes.
My brain's like, please, we can't stop thinking about 100 things. And then I'm like, also, I'm strong enough. I got this. I've been doing this. Look how far I've gotten. But then again, look how far I've gotten. Yeah. And I hit a wall every time because I have to understand that I have a neurodivergent brain. And it processes things very different. And I am very smart. Toot toot my own horn. But when I can't focus and when I can't have one thought without jumping on to the next, when
you feel stuck.
I'm stuck. I can't do anything and I can't progress in life. So I've been taking it more times than not. So I would say out of the last, it hasn't been 30 days, but it's about to be. The last 30 days, I took it at least 20. So it's a lot.
That's not bad.
No, not at all. I think I'm doing, I didn't think I would do this. It's because when I took Adderall before and it was just the regular tablet. Yeah. It's like a punch and it made me, I just didn't like the way it made me feel. The drops, didn't like it at all. And the headaches. This is the extended release and I am good.
It's like a little bit at a time throughout the day.
Chilling.
I think altogether, like mental health medication is really hard for people to be consistent with it. It's really hard because then you start feeling good and you're like, I don't need it. I feel great.
I'm good. I was so productive yesterday. I want to do it again today.
That's like mine. Like my medication or whatever. I'm like, but why do you want to stop being happy? Well, I feel so happy and high right now. Why do I want to do that? But it's like, but then it's like after the highs, you get the super lows. So it's like, oh, gotta take the medicine. And like every doctor, you can't do it when you need it.
Right. So, well, I can do it when he's told me I don't have to take it every day.
Yours is different.
Yeah. Mine's, so ADHD, you have trouble paying attention, controlling impulsive behaviors. Like, shout things out for no reason. Like it's an impulsive behavior, right? Or usually that's what it is. Like a thought comes in and it's like these intrusive thoughts just go out. Overly active at times. So it can't be cured, but it can be managed. And it's so much better if you get diagnosed as a child than waiting to be an adult. But the medication is working. I would say the only thing is I'm making sure that I eat something, especially in the mornings when I take it. I take it at 5:30 a.m. And then my anxiety has been, I wouldn't say gone, because there are times that I still get it. And he told me that it could be nowhere to where it used to be.
Because your brain is not like on overdrive.
Oh my gosh.
So your anxiety is not so heightened.
I can think, like I'm literally sitting here with you and it's crazy because usually while I'm recording, I'm thinking about what Viv is doing over there with the camera. I'm thinking about, okay, the camera still have battery. Who's out there? Because I actually have heard voices, but I didn't focus or fixate on those voices out there. I would have been thinking about song. I've actually been listening to you.
Oh, thanks.
Good job. No, I can listen. I can focus. Now, the downside to it is sometimes I go in the rabbit hole of scrolling on social media and I focus on that and I'm very focused. Nothing else is bothering me. No other intrusive thoughts. So I can spend hours just scrolling. So I have to be very intentional with my schedule and knowing what I'm doing so I can stay on task.
Yeah.
But if you have been struggling with ADHD, I would say, for me, this worked. I don't know what the other pills might work for you. There are other ADHD medications, but for me, Adderall has done it. I still have not started working out, which I know that will immensely help me as well. But I am eating better.
Spring 2024. We can come back. Spring 2024.
No, I'm paying for this shit.
Well, then stop.
Oh, yeah. So I got to go in person to quit, to end it. So if I go in person, I might as well go work out. And then I work out, and then I don't come back for another 3 months. Whatever. That's besides the point. But I am medicated. I'm going to continue, I guess, kind of journaling for you and for myself as well, like how I'm feeling, how I'm doing with it. I haven't had any crazy side effects. I sleep because I take it so early. I do sleep. And I've taken a few gummies here and there. I've smoked here and there, and nothing has happened. So we're doing A-okay, and I am going to stop fighting myself because it is really hard to take the med every single day. I can't even take birth control.
Oh, I take that one every day.
But you can take meds on a regular, because you take the other medication too, and you take it daily, no?
Yeah.
I know, I forget.
I don't. So me and mental health medication, we've been through a journey. Like I didn't get diagnosed with bipolar till my postpartum time, postpartum period. So before that, I was prescribed like Zoloft.
Okay.
And I didn't like how it made me feel.
Isn't that to make you feel better, like happier?
It's supposed to help with depression, so it's supposed to like bring up your mood. I didn't like how it made me feel. Different people have different side effects from medication, which is where you have to like play with medicine. And also when it comes to mental health medication, it's affected by weight gain, weight loss.
Yes. The milligrams they give you has to do with your height and weight.
With your height and weight, right? So there's been times that like, man, this is the only reason why I would have another child. The only reason. After I had Rylan, I felt so good about my body. I weighed about 30 pounds less than before I got pregnant.
Wow.
My hair thriving down to my waist. My nails, my skin, I felt so good.
That's kind of like Kiki, right? Because you have PCOS and Kiki.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Everything is like, she looks so good.
My body was great. My mental was great. And it lasted about 3 months.
Oh, shit.
After the 3 months, it just went completely downhill.
So you already had bipolar disorder by then?
My bipolar disorder is something that was an after effect of everything compressed that happened.
So from a traumatic event?
Yes.
So you can get bipolar disorder from a traumatic event?
Yes, because your body is made to protect you. Your body doesn't want to die.
Wow.
The body doesn't want to die and feel pain and stuff like that, which is why it tells you, hey, go to the doctor, you feel pain. Hey, you have a fever, take medicine. So with all this stuff that happened, like all the trauma that happened, my brain was like, yo, we can't keep feeling like this. We got to shoot up. Yeah.
Your mid-20s.
It's in your mid-20s. You got to shoot up. We got to get happy. We can't feel like this. So your brain's like, let's get high.
Up.
So then you can only be so high and your brain's like, yo, the body's like, yo, we can't be this high. we need to simmer down so then you have a low. And then that's when you cyclo up and down till you get back to the middle.
And now there's no way of getting rid of it.
No.
Because the brain already went that high, so it can still go that high. There's no cap.
And that's the thing with your brain. Once your brain is broken, you can't fix it. You can only treat it.
Jesus.
And that's where you get with medication and stuff like that.
Well, we are medicated. Well, are you not taking your medicine at all?
Oh, we're talking about you.
Deflection and a half. Fine. Won't go there. I'll take it as no.
I take my medication that I'm supposed to take.
Birth control is not medication.
That one's a big one.
That is not medication. She out here just
not getting pregnant. not contributing to the deficit in the tax bracket or whatever it is.
You're right. Well, there was one more thing that happened recently, and this is I've been able to focus on it because of the medication. There's a woman, and I think this is old because I saw it a long time ago.
It's not old. It happened last week.
This video's been out for a while.
Oh, okay. I was like,
yeah, I saw this video a long time ago. So there's a woman that went online. She is a trans woman, and she's speaking on womanhood. And this is what she said. If you, again, have been living under a rock. But we're gonna talk about something completely different when it comes to this.
This is what I mean when the transphobia just comes out. The audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like, hello?
Okay.
I volunteer as tribute to give up my period.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. I won't even attack the trans community because this bitch right here is just a human with mental issues. She ain't all the way there. She missing some stuff. And that I don't think that has anything to do with her being trans or anything else. She's just stupid.
You know what they say? If you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough.
Right.
So
she is sticking by. You know how we talk about people that just like die on that cross, and she wants to die on that cross, baby.
We don't want periods.
I am supposed to get my period on Friday according to Flo on the phone.
Oh yeah, we're on the same side.
I am PMSing. If I could give you the feeling that I'm feeling right now,
right,
I would. I don't want. But then it's like if we are. We're not gatekeeping this. We have been trying everything. We have tried everything to like see how can we get rid of them. How can we give them to someone else?
Skip your
there are people that are like, take
control.
my.
That's what I do.
To not have it.
You know what? I'm hanging out this week. Let's push this to next month.
No, seriously. We try to find ways.
We don't want
childbearing. You know what I would give to be able to still have my children, but have the daddy have them?
Or like them hatch on a little egg.
Ay, bendito,
that would be so
cute.
To like hatch.
Pew, pew, pew.
Like the Cabbage Patch.
Yes. My goodness, I would love for some to have come out of an egg.
Technically he did. Pero
the egg hatched in the wrong place.
Yeah.
It's still hatched inside of me. Yeah. I wish the egg would have hatched outside.
We're not
again, I'm not trans, but I did also look some things up. And this is when, again, I truly believe that we all have people that are mentally ill, that are just weird, that are just out there, that want attention. That's why I'm saying like the whole attention thing.
Yeah.
Because there was a trans woman who is suing a gynecologist for refusing to treat her. Because now she's a woman.
Wait.
So she...
Hold on. We need more information. How is he supposed to treat her? Because
she's a woman.
I don't know if men have seen a speculum, but where is this supposed to go? Number one.
So apparently, when they take the hormones, they have some side effects kind of like very similar to PMS. Let's park that there.
Okay.
This one said that the doctor denied her because you're not a biological woman. I have nothing to check. Right. That is not what I do. Now, absolutely, you could be a woman all day.
Yeah.
But you still have a urethra. Do we have urethras?
We do.
Okay, a male urethra.
They have a penis.
Also, there was another one that she said she was having like spasms or whatever in like the new vaginal hole that they created, and she wanted to see a gynecologist. The gynecologist doesn't study the surgical
the new route. The new route.
the new hole.
It's
different.
It's a different class.
It's a tad bit different. So you have to go to the doctor that deals with that hole.
probably the doctor that gave you the hole.
Boom. That would have been a great place to start.
Yeah.
You know? Like my I can't go to a urologist. Yes, I can. I think I can go to a urologist. I have a urethra. I can't go to a penis doctor and tell him, come check out this dick, and then show him my clit. It's just not going to work like that. And you're upset about it. So again, I don't think this is a trans thing. I think this is a crazy person thing. That you're just not all the way there at all. But one person that I do really enjoy speaking. Did I say something wrong?
I'm just confused because the gynecologist, if you're having side effects of the hormones and it has to do with your breast, and there's something wrong with your breast, guess what that gynecologist is going to refer you to? An oncologist. Another
cancer,
person.
though.
Right. A gynecologist is not going to check you for cancer.
You're right.
They're going to do the exam, and then once it's confirmed, they're like, you know what, you got to go here.
Right.
So if that's what that person is concerned for, okay, I'll treat you for that, whatever. But if you want me to go under the hood, I can't.
It's the wrong hood.
I can't do that. Like,
you know the cars that have the under the hood is in the front, other cars the other hood is in the back?
Yeah.
You have the wrong, it's just, I can't.
It's confusing, and I feel like this puts people who have no issues with trans people, who have no issues with any of that. It's just medical opinion that's black and white.
That's it.
I can't tell a doctor, hey, I think my balls are stuck and I have no balls. He's gonna send me to the crazy floor.
Is.
Because he's gonna be like, this person doesn't have balls, but she's so adamant that this is not something that I can help with. They're gonna put you on another floor. I don't understand what the problem is. Like, you need to go to the appropriate doctor for the appropriate thing.
And then get it back working right or whatever you're feeling, and then you can go and live your life as a woman.
We don't like going to the gynecologist.
At all.
It is the most awkward situation for you to get on that table and they're like, come on. We never sit close enough to the edge. We never do it.
And I swear I feel my ass hanging out.
You feel like you're gonna fall.
My ass is tooted at the end of that damn table. It's about come closer. Do you want me to put it on your face? Like,
come closer. We don't like that. And then when they're in there, they're like, so what's going on for the weekend?
No. It's so cute that you're doing that, because then the speculum is the size of this mic right here. And they not only put that bad boy in.
They crank it. And all you hear is
and bro, their stuff hurts. And then they stick long Q-tips in there and they scrape.
I've seen a guy.
I've never seen your vagina, but from your experience, I feel like you have one, because you get it.
Listen,
I would love to talk to that trans woman and be like, tell me about your experience with speculum.
I'll check you. Come on. I know what they do. Come on. Let's go. Let me show you how this don't work.
Scoot more this way.
Scoot down. Scoot down. Yo, trying to get an IUD is the most painful thing I've heard.
Oh my God, it's the absolute worst. They clip your cervix.
With a thing that has prongs. Yes. This is why I don't have an IUD.
It's like a fishing hook.
I'll kick them.
It's uncomfortable, but it's not that bad.
I'm not doing it.
I had it.
We don't want to do that. We don't want to get breast exams. That's not fun.
The only time I want my breast touched was when I'm gonna put them in a nigga's mouth. Okay, that is the only time, and the doctor don't do that. He be pressing,
and they talk
hard.
When was the last time you checked? And you're like, oh,
my tits under my fucking armpit. Yo, leave me alone.
It's uncomfortable. And a pap smear is not fun. Having to get...
And it's cold. And let's not forget, when you're having sex and, homeboy is about to slide it in there, it's nice and warm.
This lube is cold as all get out.
It out the freezer.
And it's not even as slippery as regular lube. It's like medical grade
and the
medium slip lube.
And the metal. It's so cold.
It is.
So they took it out the freezer.
Oh, my doctor uses plastic.
You could have at least put your hot breath on it and put it in, because damn, it was cold. But
it's not fun. We don't want. Take it.
This is our female perspective on like periods and actually having natural born vaginas,
C-sections and births.
All that. But one person that I really, really do like, and I don't know if it's because she's older or because we're now of the older generation, kind of, sort of.
Who's we?
We?
We who?
We? Las dos?
No,
Don't play with
yo.
me. I'm talking about like Gen Z, like the younger kids
Don't
nowadays.
make me sound old.
We have an older mentality, and I think it's a lot closer to Flame Monroe's, which had this to say.
Oh, Gina, okay. Let me talk about this, y'all. I don't know the trans woman's name, but she says that women, biological women, because I don't use the term cisgender. I don't use that.
That's
dumb
another
shit.
thing. Are you cis?
Biological women don't own periods
I'm a
and
sister.
don't own womanhood. Well, please, who owns it if biological women don't? I am so sick of some of these young trans ridiculous bitches hollering, "Woman, you." Here is what the mockery that you are showing the world for some of you young delusional bitches that think that you're a woman and you discarding women. It looks like on the outside looking in, and from the people I talk to, that the thing that you want to become the most seems to be the thing that you hate. You want to become a woman, but you hate women. You're trying to build yourself up as a woman by discarding biological women. You wouldn't even be here if a biological woman wouldn't have gave up no pussy and let a nigga bust in her.
I know that's right.
And you are ungrateful for that? Let me tell you something. I'm not worried about what y'all... Let me remind my trans sisters of this. That's old, young, new, future, past, and present. You can't outgirl a girl when you was born as a boy. One more time for the people in the back. You can't outgirl a girl when you was born a boy. You can't. It's just the natural order of things. You could be as feminine, as pretty, as soft, as beautiful, but that nigga DNA is still that nigga's DNA.
I don't want to say that you can't outdo a girl because there's some guys out here.
So I think she's talking
That are
1,000%. She's 1,000% speaking biologically.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I will agree with you.
They're beautiful.
1,000%. There's some bitches out here.
That make me look bad.
No, legit. I'd be like, why can't my titties look like that? And some of them be like natural asses
Why does
too.
my hair not curl like your hair?
Why?
My
Your
makeup come out
skin,
like yours?
makeup, your style, the way
Yeah.
you move, the way you even like, you have
The
this
way you get straight men.
Yes.
'Cause
They
it
don't talk-
happens.
They don't talk to me.
It happens.
No, niggas want them. They want them.
Yeah.
My DMs are dry.
And all we got are periods. And you want to take that.
You can fuck 365 days out the year.
For real.
I have 2 good days out of the month because if I'm not bleeding, I'm in a
2.
bad mood. And if I'm not in a bad mood, then I am ovulating with a little bit of cramps. Then it's a lot going on.
2 days? There's more than 2 days.
I don't know. I haven't had sex in a long time.
There's way more than 2 days.
It's been over a year, okay? Give me a minute. No, but I really do appreciate Flame because I feel like most trans that I've even met, this is not the voice for them.
No,
So if
but
we
this
can-
is an older generation that has common sense.
No, but I even think that even today, that crazy woman's rhetoric is not the majority of trans people.
I hope not.
I really don't think so. I feel like people that are truly trans and that's what they feel and that's what they were born and what they want, they mind their fucking business and they live their life as a woman or a man, and that's it. You know what I mean? They live their life and they just live. Yeah. Right? They might fight for certain rights. Yes, absolutely. But they're not out here doing the fucking most. Like, this is dumb.
Would you rather have insurance or periods? Which one?
Oh, yeah.
Pick. Stand on the
this
right.
period talk, I feel like I'm going to get my period early. And that's another thing. Imagine that. Do you want that part that you can have sex and knock it up early? You can be stressed out and it can come out early or late. Then you're going to think you're pregnant and then you're stressed out thinking you're about to have a whole fucking baby.
Or you can take birth control and avoid all these things.
That's true. That too.
I'm just saying.
But whatever.
And it gives you more than 2 days a month.
It does. It does. All I will definitely say is that I love Flame Monroe, and that if you don't know who Flame Monroe is, please look her up. She is.
Oh, let's get her one here one day.
I would love to.
I would love to get her here one day.
It was actually Flame on Breakfast Club who said what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the clip. But anywho, I would love to sit down with Flame.
Stephanie, get on it. Send them emails, girl.
I sent a few emails to Flame. I could probably get her on, but I think I have to figure out where she's at.
You should do a panel. Flame, Lunel.
Oh, you know what?
That
I'm
would be
still
cool.
so mad I didn't go see Lunel. I'm so mad. I just didn't have a babysitter. I was tired. It was just a lot going on.
You on periods so you can have kids and not go to comedy shows?
God damn it.
Do you get to go out everywhere?
Everywhere. But because I had a period, and an egg dropped, and I got
wanna be
fertilized.
you know what's a dink?
What's a dick?
Dink.
Oh, no.
You see those sexual repression outbursts.
Do I know what it is? I mean, I think.
Dinks. Double income, no kids. I would love to be a dink.
A double income.
No kids.
Like a person with double income?
Mm-hmm. Like a couple.
Oh,
double
a couple.
income, no kids. I want to be a dink.
That sounds like something I could never even imagine. So I don't even know what that would feel like. I don't know.
Bet you it feels nice.
Well, yeah, it does. Let's go to questions. Let's move right along.
We got questions?
We have a question.
Okay.
Because we gotta get out of here. I had to pee again. Oh, I was drinking water.
I hope so.
So starting a business with ADHD, or am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole? I love Am I the assholes. I go down TikTok holes for Am I the asshole.
All right, am I the asshole? I'm 29 years old, broke, homeless, don't have a job, and I struggle with addiction.
Damn.
Hold
on. You read too quick.
Fucked up.
You're 29. You're homeless. You're broke.
Don't have a job and struggle with addiction.
Is this a woman or a man?
I don't know.
Okay, keep going.
My family has a history of mental health, and I got hit with the bipolar stick too, and I've been officially diagnosed with clinical depression and bipolar disorder.
Okay.
Basically, I'm about as child-free as you can get because I don't want to pass on a lifetime of shitty genetics and even shittier living habits to an innocent kid.
Okay.
Bendito. My friends with benefits knew this because we've had many discussions on how we'd both be unfit parents. Not both. You're both fucked up. Okay. And as such, I will always make sure to wear protection. She uses the pill. Oh, man. She uses the pill. But hey, here we are. She's pregnant and she's insisting that it's mine.
Wow.
Shit.
How are you having friends with benefits? You don't have nowhere to live. You're broke. And there's so much. Keep going.
Bro, people gotta fuck too. I told her that there's no way I'm about to be a dad. I simply can't do it. I'll find the money to pay whatever I gotta pay her, but I'm not about to play daddy when I never wanted this. She in turn has reached out to her friend group, and one by one they've turned on me and told me I am worthless. Am I the asshole for not wanting to step up and be a father?
Oof. I had a conversation with someone very recently about this, and this person told me that when a woman becomes pregnant, it is the woman's choice to keep the baby or not.
It is.
It's the woman's choice. I 100% agree with that. I feel like if a woman decides to keep a baby, it's not because we aspire to be single mothers and we aspire to struggle and we aspire to do. It's because there was conversations, there was a lifestyle that was promised to us in a sense that kind of made us seem like, you know what, this is probably a good person. Because I don't understand why you would be homeless, broke, addicted to shit, and this person still wants to sleep with you and possibly procreate with you. So did you lie? Does she know that you're homeless, broke, mentally broken, and all this other stuff?
I don't think that matters. He says she's just as fucked up as he is.
She has a place to live.
Does she? It doesn't say.
Where's this email coming from?
It doesn't say. From a Metro PCS. That's being paid by the government. I don't know.
I say.
But I will tell you what I think. Yes, you have to step up and be a father because you didn't take the necessary steps to get yourself snipped.
That's free. From the government.
You can go and get yourself cut so you cannot procreate. There are ways for you to do it. A condom is not 100%. And if you are smashing this girl and having sex with her or anybody else and they become pregnant, you nutted in there. You did. Pretty point blank. And now you're giving her the choice to keep the baby or not. So the way it works is now you are liable to take care of this child. You might not be there as a father presently, but then you're really going to have to work because you're going to end up in jail because you had sex and weren't snipped and procreated, and now you didn't pay the child support, you're locked up. Maybe this is bad any way you look at it. So you're going to have to do what you got to do. Go get some medication, get on the right track. You have a couple of months. Get your life together. Yes, you are an asshole. You're an honest asshole, but you're still an asshole. You're honest. You were clear, but you still didn't take every single precaution you should have taken to not bring a child into this world.
I 100% agree with that. I feel like if you are someone who does not want to have children, you will do what you need to do to make sure that that's not a possibility.
Right.
Forget what anybody else is telling you, whatever. You know for a fact that you do not want children. You're going to do whatever you need to make sure that that doesn't happen. Are you an asshole for not wanting to step up and be a part of this kid's life? I don't think you're not. So I think you're scared. I think it's a big scary thing.
Well, he said here, I don't want to pass on a lifetime of shitty genetics and even shittier living habits as an innocent kid.
That may
and
not
what that
happen.
just shows me there is that you are in a space where you don't even believe you could do better.
Right.
And that, to me, words are so powerful. You just wrote down a lifetime of shitty genetics and even shittier living habits on an innocent kid. You are projecting that into your life. Yesterday alone, I brought myself into something happening when I was driving. I kept saying, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, and it happened. I ran into someone driving. I was like, I'm about to pass by their neighborhood. I'm gonna see them. And you're like, why would it happen? It's 3:00 in the afternoon. I'm like, I have to pass by that neighborhood. I'm gonna run into them. I know I'm gonna run into them. What are the odds? Probably like this big, like so small, and
Bam.
boom, right there in front of me. So it's like our words and our tongues are so powerful.
Yeah.
So maybe change your mindset from now and say, you know what? I have bipolar disorder. I'm going to take my medicine. I'm going to get better. I'm going to have faith that I'm going to be a good father. I'm going to read books on how to be a better father. I'm going to get myself into a homeless shelter where I can save some money and get a nice apartment, even if it's a studio to have my child in there, whatever it may be. But speak it. Speak it into existence, because if you're speaking shitty living habits, shitty genetics, passing down, being a bad dad, that's exactly what you're going to be.
And also, like, your kid doesn't see a shitty father. Your kid, like, kids don't see that. Kids see their parent.
They want, I think I saw a thing that said, you shouldn't expose your children to their fathers just because they are their fathers. What they need is a father that has the time to be there for them, that spends time with them, that teaches them, that nurtures them, that, like, you know, he has to be an active father in that positive role. If they are not that, they're not missing out on anything. You're hurting them, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, like, you never know. Like, probably this kid is what motivates you to become a better person for yourself. Like,
nothing happens.
You never know. Like, I will 100%. Like, I saw a post recently that said a lot of people don't understand that they're still here because of their kids.
No, seriously.
A lot of people don't know that it's like something so small can change your life in such a positive way. I will tell you, I have gained so much patience when it comes to how I handle everything.
You're gonna lose it soon, don't worry. She's getting to that age where you're going to lose all that patience that you've gained.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Because
we're getting 10.
Because I tell you all the time, you are better than me.
10, 11. But it's because
you're better than
you're
me.
watching on the outside, right?
Our
daughters are very similar. But
it's so scary.
It's so similar. My
daughter.
Stop saying that. But I watch her with hers, and I'm like, ooh, that I literally, it's like me watching a movie of me and Ayana back in the day. It's wild. And
I feel like it's so funny how roles are reversed.
Hell yeah.
When you were going through that whole thing, I was like, yo, I'm watching it happen. Right. And now you're like...
And she's referring to the relationship and the...
Yeah. Because I remember when I first met you, like, literally, the first time we met, I was just like...
And that's how I feel when you and Rylan... When Rylan talks back to you sometimes, I'd be like, ooh, I know that. You better nip it in the butt today, because they're very... They're brilliant girls.
They're the same person.
They're so smart.
They hang out, they have great times.
They can manipulate like, ooh. And they have very similar issues happening right now, like at this age, especially at this age. So, yeah.
I'm going to give her to you. Give me some and you get Rylan. You already went through it. You tough. You tough. Again. Yeah. It's like an infection.
No, because
when you get it, you get stronger. And then when it comes again, it doesn't knock you down.
I don't know.
It sits you down.
I'll be able to talk to her. Don't you worry. I can talk to her and show her examples. I'll be like, let me show you your friend right around this time, the consequences she had.
I'm going to do like those TikToks. I'm just, come on, let's go I'll drop her off, ring the doorbell, goodbye, and just leave.
And leave, nigga knocking.
Be like, here.
Okay, well, that's that. Just remember that everything that you put out there in the universe will happen. Like, just be very positive with your speaking. Now, if you are new to the show, we end the show every time with a Bible verse. I always say you come here for the mess, stay for the message. There's always a message behind it all, and I always go back to my roots, which is Christianity, and what still has me here today, honestly, because I wouldn't be here or strong or where I am without my faith. So the Bible verse that I want to read today is Psalm 23, which most people know, 1-4. But I feel like today we might need it. So listen, but open up your ears and let it just like come into however it'll speak to you. And it's 1 through 4, so not just one verse, I have 4 of them. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness and for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. You are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. This is such like a Bible verse that like everybody says all the time.
You have to learn it.
You literally like that part where it's like, and we all hear it even in rap lyrics, right? Or in songs like, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. And that's the thing. Sometimes we feel like right now we're walking through that valley. You're like, there is nothing I could do. You could have diagnosed with some type of illness or an incurable STD or but it's every day it's happening, right? Or court papers come in, or even a terminal illness, or your spouse has left you, or your kid has passed away. R.I.P. to Gilly's son, who was murdered recently, right?
So sad.
You know, our children die, our parents die. We have all these unfortunate circumstances, and you're like, I am walking through the valley of the shadow of death. But this says, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. So even on those darkest moments of myself thinking back in Jersey, being in a corner crying, or back home, you know, not knowing where to go next. I remember, I don't know how you dealt with me, but there were some cries that I would let out.
Oh my God, I can't forget those sounds.
There were these cries that they were so painful, and I knew that he was with me. That doesn't take away the pain or the fact that I felt like I was walking through death, literally.
Yeah.
And he says that he leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul, and he has restored my soul in a million ways. I still have so much chaos going around, but I feel calm, and I'm sure that has something to do with Adderall too. It's like the Adderall, I can really feel the Lord with my medication. It even works with that. Like I can like pray to him and not think about a million things. You know, I'm like, I am focused on you, sir. And you shall lack nothing. The beginning is, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall lack nothing. And sometimes we also feel like we are missing things, or we're lacking things, and we're not. Whether it's money, whether it's a bigger home, whether it's a car, whether it's certain clothes because you want to go somewhere you don't have the means for, food. We always make it work. That fish shall be multiplied. So Psalm 23:1, remember that it doesn't matter what you're going through, you won't lack anything. He's with us no matter what, and he's gonna comfort us. He is. I don't care what you believe in something. If you don't believe in anything, I suggest that this works. I do it. I pray. He working for me. Let me tell you something. He is working for me, and it continues to work for me. And as we talk about like having periods and procreating, having kids, and now it's so expensive to have them. Jesus. One thing that I will say is that as much money as I have to spend on childcare and on food and on expenses because I'm doing it alone, not $1 has been missing from my account.
For real.
I have more than I need. Like when I get those credit cards, like I got to pay $28,000 at once. And I'm like,
she's not kidding. I've seen it.
I have it. And it's like, wow, how, when, where, how can I sit here and pay 13 people on a payroll, right? Like how do I do it? It's not me. It's not me. I remove myself every single day. Sometimes I wake up and I'm just so grateful that, man, the lights are on. That yesterday on a Sunday, my AC went out. It is 150 degrees in Florida. My house went from 71 to 89 in like 60 seconds. Water was everywhere. And the guy was like, everybody was like, we can't come until tomorrow. And I was like, I can't sleep through the night.
Provided.
And he sent me somebody that said, I'll come today, but it's double the price. And I looked at the account and I said, come on. Yeah. Come on. So it's like, it's crazy how it happens, but it just be obedient, read the word, pray about it, listen to Journey Church online if you haven't. It's Pastor JJ. There's a couple of different Journey Church, but Journey Church Orlando. Listen to some of those messages. Sarah Jake Roberts, which I'll be there in September to see her for Woman Evolve, and change your life or believe in something. That is today's episode. I'm done. I went over. Sorry, babe.
Woohoo.
I apologize. See you next week.